Hey, welcome back to another episode of VFX Artists React.
So yeah, it's chill over here. We're just gonna react to some sweet clips, like mainstream stuff. You know, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, you know that finger shot where the fingers come through the face? We're gonna take a look at it.
Real talk though, we also got old stuff like claymation and stop motion. You might not think it's very cool yet, but once we get into it, you'll come out on the other side with a newfound appreciation.
Let's just get into it. Play the clip.
Yeah, anyone who's like instantly like concerned about what's behind us, it's like, what's your problem? Like, what's the big deal? You want to know what this garbage is? Well, we'll tell you in the extended version of the React on corridordigital.com. 2-week free trial, so if you really are dying to know, head on over. There's a movie I've been just thinking of for a long time, and it was reminded, well, because of someone commenting, saying, hey, do you remember that movie, Return to Oz? You should look at that.
Yeah.
This movie is dark. There's also some really cool, fantastical stuff in there. And so the movie is swinging back and forth from like, wow, super fun, cool stuff, this is crazy, to, oh my God, this is so dark.
Your Majesty, she has returned to Oz.
Normally, okay, so obviously this is stop motion.
Yeah.
In fact, this is called claymation, duh. But this is actually claymation. When I was rewatching it, what struck me about this is that this is something unlike anything else when you normally see these types of stop motion things. Normally you see like, hey, here's a character, we're just seeing pieces moving and they're animated like this. But this is like a completely different approach where it's not just about taking a piece and moving it one frame. We're talking about like individual sculpts and additive and subtractive layers to create motion. You know, it's not like they can just move the rock up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if this
Because
were
if you look at it, the rock isn't moving up and down. That's not what they're trying to show us. They're showing the rock actually transforming every frame.
Yeah. Like if this were a more modern film, they'd probably just be swapping out like 3D printed like face plates. And that's basically what they did for Jack Skellington. They just swapped out the head with a different sculpted head for each frame. You can't just swap out like a different rock outlay here.
Right. Even down to the eyebrows moving up and down. Like they're taking that into account as well. Obviously, in this day and age with stop motion, you get instant playback, right? You can see exactly what the frame before was, helps you line it up, maybe even have a 50-50 overlay where you're seeing both the previous frame and the current frame and using that to dictate the motion. Yeah. In '85, how could you move with confidence when you are manipulating a sculpt, not even a puppet? And they have like different sections animating at different times, leading the charge for the rest of it to change shape. I'm not sure how you would even game plan something like this.
Now, don't forget, by the way, look, they have, I think, what appears to be a practical moving light that's on ones, and the animation's on twos. Right. If you look at like the shadows of the rock here, that like splash of light that we're seeing, that red light, that's animated at 24 FPS, it looks like, because you can see it actually filling in the shadows.
So that animated firelight, they have it like basically...
That's a film projector.
They have a film projector set up with an animation that is already prepared.
Animation
that is already prepared, or footage of fire, whatever the heck you're projecting. And they are animating that playback once per frame and animating the clay once every 2 frames. So you're getting the combination.
Yep.
It's so much to think about, though.
Yeah.
I just don't even, man, like this stuff melts my brain. Stop motion is fascinating to me. If you've had a terrible experience on the stop motion set where things went horribly wrong, leave a comment down below.
Yeah,
I'd
tell
love
us
to
a
take
story,
a look.
please.
Oh, hey guys, Deadpool here. Oh, you can call me Jordan. You wanna know what's better than saving the universe with your best buds? Getting 40% off of VESSI's. Come with me. The holidays are here, and I'd normally be getting pretty stressy, but not today, thanks to our sponsor, VESSI. That rhymed. I'm a pretty active person, so things tend to get a little messy. Good thing these shoes are 100% waterproof. Well, I'm not gonna rhyme all the time. Oh, except that one. See, but it's not just about the technology, it's about the comfort. I don't even want to take these bad boys off. Mom always told me that it's what's on the inside that counts, but I mean, luckily for VESSI's, the outside freaking rocks. I mean, they come in so many different colors and styles, there's a little something for everyone. So, step into waterproof comfort with VESSI's Black Friday sale. Get up to 40% off of select waterproof shoes at VESSI.com. Save big, stay dry. Now back to React. Go on, get.
One of the creatures, one of the companions in this is so well done. I swear to God, like when you watch it for the first time, you were like, how the heck did they do that?
Wow. Yeah, there we go. Interesting.
How are they doing that?
To the rhythm of the freaking.
The era when you couldn't do paintouts was such a more interesting era for like VFX magic tricks.
Yeah.
So it can't be a person. Those legs are too wide set.
Yeah, because that saddle stance, I don't think anyone's rocking with that kind of thigh gap.
Wow.
Puppeted, I would think.
What year did this movie come out?
85.
85. Okay. So not doing digital paintouts.
You're getting the dust kicking up too.
I think it's probably a person inside.
Wait, sitting in a curled ball position.
Yes.
And just freaking rolling.
Yeah, the thing's on springs, you know.
It is on springs. That is funny. That would be amazing, but there's no way because it's really getting forward momentum. It's like.
I am loving this. Okay, so Niko, you're 100% right.
What?
There's a dude. There's a dude. He's in there like this.
Oh, really?
And he's got two levers like this, and he does this. And he's like this. No, he's like this in a ball
my God.
with two levers, and he
sounds
walks around
awful.
like this, and he squeezes the levers to move the arms.
No, his head's down. Dude,
Yeah,
that's
so
a torture device.
Yeah, so he has to basically do this the whole time with his head curled down in that position. And you can see the little levers, see those silver levers there. And those articulate the arms. And then for the head, it's radio controlled.
What a nightmare.
You look how small that is. Check it. Isn't that nuts? We're still very much in the era where a robot needs to have a person inside of it still. Like R2-D2, for instance, C-3PO, you can't get away with a robot without a person inside of it still.
What's interesting is there seems to be quite a bit of articulation on the arm too. It can move forwards and back as well as up. So he must have to also twist those. It's not just
I don't know if
pinching,
it's this or like this. It's crisscross applesauce.
You get like this kind of a thing going?
So fun watching these things where it's like something that is so simply executed, but then we're so, in the mix with the VFX. We're like, how did they do it? It's like, bro, it's a guy. It's just a dude.
I would.
Like, it's so simple sometimes. There's just one scene from this film that is so chilling and iconic.
Whoa. Is she gonna put on a different head? Oh.
Oh, whoa.
It's pretty cool she's picking her head up though. Whoa.
Oh, that's fun.
This is really creepy.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
I really like that close-up shot
Yeah.
of when she's talking and lifting her head back onto her body.
Well, there's some interesting things too, because like there's a pickup and a set down of a real person's head.
That is a really good trick. Like,
Yeah.
normally you're like, oh, you look at the neckline, you're like, oh yeah, a little bit of matting, but then you look at the hands touching the face, and there's no matting there.
Yeah, it's really convincing because the hands and the head are interacting, and the head's doing a movement that a severed head would only be able to do. So even though there's some matting in there, it doesn't immediately give away the effect. It feels like it's almost unrelated. I assume what they're doing here, because if you look closely, they're cutting out from the bottom of the wrists and the bottom of the neck. I assume the actress is there, and the other queen, the body queen, is picking up the actual actress, and then she's standing up while the hands are on her head and moving forwards, and they're just cutting out her body from beneath and replacing that.
Yeah.
The matte line at the bottom is just a little too sharp, and you're getting some of that classic dark edge stuff. But the thing is that the rest of the shot is generally flawless. But then the next shot's really cool too.
So what's going on here? How are they doing this shot?
Right?
This is the best one, in my opinion.
So
this is really fun.
Look around, because what is actually in the shot and what's not in the shot?
Because, if she was kneeling down there practically, then her body would be obscuring the dress of the body holding her.
But then look at the hands holding the cheeks and
And
the
that
face.
is contact. That is legit contact. Or at least it appears to be. Is it? No.
Wait,
'cause-
wait. I think I saw it. Okay, I think I figured it out. The dress design, there's like those two circles and the golden lines between the circles. There's kind of the left border of that. I think that's a seam.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Somebody really knew their shit when they made this.
I know. This is half the crew is like like ILM, like operators of the Lost Ark. It's like
Yeah.
it's pretty legit stuff here.
Because now I can't unsee the silhouette of her shoulder.
What a crazy effect. Like, it's super simple. Like, if you comped this in After Effects, it'd take you like 10 minutes to do. But like, they executed it very well.
Those practical sets like that are so cool, where they've built out this entire wardrobe of places for severed heads to exist.
Spoiler alert, we're gonna look at Deadpool Wolverine if you haven't seen the movie yet.
You boys have seen Deadpool and Wolverine, right? The
Yeah.
latest great from Marvel Studios.
Rest in pieces, Fox.
It's
I
great.
actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Me too.
enjoyable, right?
I was laughing at it. Wasn't crying. but just laughing and enjoying it.
I am soaking wet right now.
Well, there is one scene in particular, one effect in particular that I'm sure you're already thinking about as what is
Yes.
to me the coolest effect in the movie.
The baby arm samurai.
That is, actually, I should have brought that. Is when Cassandra Nova puts her fingers
Oh,
through the
yeah.
face of
It's insane.
Mr. Paradox.
Paradox, we have a problem.
A solid neck snap, by the way.
Assisted
Assault-
neck break, yep.
You know, most neck snaps kind of look dumb on film. That neck snap looked good.
It felt,
Man, that's crazy though. To the nose, the eyeball
Dude.
moving to the wrong direction.
it's amazing.
It's interesting how like sometimes the fingers come out of the skin and sometimes they just push it around.
It is so flawlessly executed that it doesn't matter how it's done at a certain point. Like, was this real? Is this CGI? It's like, none of that matters anymore because it's so freaking convincing that you could, if I told you most of this was real, you'd be like, wow. And if I told you it was CGI, you'd still say, wow. Like, what the heck?
Shot, dude, I love this shot.
Yeah, it is. It's like here it's like, okay, that's 100% CGI.
That's gotta
There's
be
100%
CGI.
CGI, that person there. It's like this shot, like, oh, it's gotta be a real actor, right? And
Yeah,
you're just
yeah,
doing
yeah.
some warps and some things like that. That's what I'm thinking here, like, yeah, you know.
I feel it in my eye, dude, when it moves. I literally feel it.
But then we get to a spot here where she starts sticking her fingers out of his nose.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, yeah, you're gonna warp the nose. But then she starts pulling on his lips. What are you even keeping from the original plate?
What
Yeah.
is the path of least resistance?
Wait a minute.
The head just has to be 100% CGI.
It has to be.
Because it's not even just deformation, it's the contact shadows. It's the ambient occlusion being cast on it. Like, you want that light to work properly, so you can't just manipulate footage that is being lit while it's being obscured by something CG. You won't be able to get proper shadows that way. So, yeah, that section has been replaced, essentially.
I think this is 100% CG. I'm calling it now.
Okay,
100%
this is the
CGI.
thing, this is the thing. The
How
skin,
do you
hair
do
near
anything?
Compton.
How
The
do you do
hair near is
anything
real.
real? Like,
This is-
like her face, I think her face is real and her acting is real. She's
Yeah.
really channeling a realistic performance.
So, yeah, draw me the lines here.
Dude, the background's not even real.
CG.
Not even real, CG. Bring it to her head, she's real.
The foreground layer's fake, the guy, and then the elbow to match the hand movement is fake too, because you'd want to recontrol that to make sure your hand's moving the right way.
So, let's take a look at the breakdown.
She definitely works around it, and then when the fingers go
I watched this thinking this was the plate. And I was like, oh, it's weird that they had him shirtless for the plate. I wonder why they did it. And then I saw her looking at me. I was like, oh, hold on a second.
we would do clean plates on the day to clean up the arm or the hand, and then in post we would do a fully digital hand and arm.
Whoa!
This is the CG.
That's crazy.
Isn't that nuts,
That's crazy.
dude?
It is a CGI head. Wow. I watched a CGI head in a movie, and it wasn't until I sat on this couch and was scrutinizing with you guys that I realized it's CGI.
Yeah, this is full CG. And they nailed it. Every minute little detail on his face captured.
I didn't think that'd be so cool, but I got to admit that clip was pretty tight. Here's one of mine.
It's crazy because like I feel like there's actually not a ton of CGI here. Like all the effects are kind of doing things like bullet hits or like, you know, painting out like a wire or something like that. But after seeing that like that entire head was CGI, I'm just not sure. For all I know, it's like these dudes are all CGI.
Dude, it's crazy.
It's really nice like stunt work and choreography happening. But it's like you have to deal with CGI like swords being stuck in you and you're getting blasted out of frame.
Now we got
Yeah,
full
now it's
siege.
full CGI.
Now we're full
See,
siege,
I feel like I can still tell, but now I'm not even so sure anymore.
Yeah,
like that
like
CGI
that's-
Logan's still on the left.
That's very CGI.
Yeah,
Logan.
it's very CGI.
Who's asking?
Yeah, dude. Lord Farquaad.
I'm kind of down for this version of Wolverine. Like the hairy, short version of Wolverine. I would have really liked to see it actually.
It's the same thing with, is it Goodfellas?
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you?
He's scary because he's small.
So how do you think they did this? Do you think they just did the Chris Evans Captain America thing and shrunk down huge Jackman
I think you just get a...
to make them
I think
small
you just,
Jackman?
Small Jackman. I think it's a body double with a head replacement. That would be my guess immediately. That's the lowest drag method. Yeah,
Pretty
like
good.
chest. Matt Line is the
that shirt.
DV, dude.
Yeah,
DV.
you're right.
And you just shove Hugh in there.
I didn't have Chris Evans spoiled for me when I saw the movie, so that was fun. I truly thought it was going to be a Captain America moment.
Avengers Claymation! Sorry, what now?
The question I wanted to ask you guys, did they do the original Fantastic Four fire effect?
Oh, interesting. It does look, based on my dusty recollection, very similar.
It does look very similar. Like maybe it's slightly updated, but
Yeah, but like the heart is still there.
so like the old Fantastic Four fire effects, because of the way you had to like render the fire, you had to kind of like artificially tell it to be like, make this part bright, make this part dark. It feels like the same effect. It does feel like they're trying to be very true to the original style.
Yeah. It almost looks like it's like plate photography of fire composited on. And I will say too, for this entire movie, what often gets dramatically overlooked in every major blockbuster is the environment work. Like it's crazy how much, you don't even register it. Even when you're a visual effects artist, you don't think about it when you're watching the movie, which is obviously the goal, but it's like they built the whole world. And the sheer amount of like full CG takeovers.
Wow, that's 100% CG?
It's just, we're in the you can do it era now. This was interesting.
Oh, they didn't
They
actually...
have real footage, but then they have a full CG replica.
What?
And they combined them for some reason.
Oh, because they relit the whole thing.
They relight it, yeah. So they have like a CG version of it that they can use to relight it.
They're taking the raw plate, they're pulling an albedo channel, aka the color, they're pulling the luminance, aka your shading, and a high pass, which is probably for the high detail noise. And then making a rough CG version of it, possibly from a photo scan, lighting that, and then just taking that lighting pass and putting it on top of the real footage to change the lighting.
Yeah.
But they have the real footage broken out to the different channels so they can manipulate it.
How crazy is that? That you're looking at like a beautiful establishing wide and they're like, no, we want to completely change the weather and lighting conditions, the sky, everything about it. So make it in CG as well, and then use the combination.
Yeah, but it just shows like ILM's prowess to be like, yeah, we fully understand the science of like imaging, so we can like just extract the underlying like data that images capture.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
You know, I will make a plea. If you are directing an action film, please, please, please do not put a melee fight in a pit with people with guns on the outside on the walls, because it just takes me out of it, because the guys with the guns would end that fight in about 10 seconds. Everybody in that pit would be dead, just like dig, 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 and then it's over. You can't show me dudes shooting machine guns on a ledge at people in a pit and then cut to people in the pit and have them not get shot. It just does not make sense. Please stop doing it.
Half the people in this shot are Siege.
Yeah.
Like that's the real crew, and then
oh, no, they add all this other stuff.
They add all the elements, but then they add all these CG characters into the fight. It's so much.
In a lot of the films we look at, it's like, here's a shot, a crazy shot. This kind of felt like everything had the same level of specialness throughout the whole thing. The whole thing is just a top level execution. That's why it doesn't feel like there's a special moment, because the whole thing's a special moment, which is a bit of that dichotomy.
It's the sad truth, isn't it?
Do you have a special moment if it's all special?
The better you do, the less we notice. It's just so sad.
Yeah. Effects, whack. Next clip. We've talked about Ray Harryhausen. We've looked at some skeletons fighting. Who hasn't? But we haven't really looked at Ray Harryhausen. We're going to kick back and look at it.
Oh, damn.
Oh, out the water.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. He transitioned.
Oh, got him. Oh, he transitioned to full
claymation.
Clay.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Get him. Poke him with the stick.
Wait, but now we're fighting.
Oh,
some interaction. So while watching this, I just want to call out, this stop motion wasn't done at the same time as the acting.
Oh.
The acting's done,
The acting, no, but you could just do the acting frame by frame.
But you just fall into it. It feels like they're in the same moment.
Yeah.
But you have people acting against nothing. And then somebody going in there, Ray Harryhausen, and then just watching the footage and frame by frame, making his character react to what they're doing.
Oh, that was cool takeover.
Like that.
Look at that. Quick in the hut. Oh my gosh, dude.
Wait a minute. How
this
is it doing
elevated.
this? Doing some tricks now. So Ray Harryhausen's doing stop motion here. He's basically just doing it all by himself. So you have to do that when you're the animator. You're the one who has to do it, and you're going to sit there all night doing the shot. But he has the footage they filmed of the cavemen in the background doing their acting first, and that's on a projection screen behind the model. So he's looking through the camera viewfinder, seeing his little figurine, and he's seeing a projected frame from the video or from the movie behind it. He's lining it all up, lining up his creature with what the guys are doing in the background on the projected screen, taking a picture. And he advances the background by 1 frame. And he goes in, looks at the viewfinder again, and goes like, okay, he's getting stabbed right here. Based on this perspective, I'm going to move my guy a little bit like that. Picture. advance one frame. And he's doing that over and over and over and keeping track of all the details, the hands, the fingers, the tip of the tail moving.
That's so cool.
And just like making it all coordinate with the people fighting and attacking.
Is he animating on ones here?
Yeah.
As well?
Yeah,
Every single
Harryhausen
frame?
does 24 frames per second.
What a baller. Well, I wonder on the spear throw takeover in particular, you don't see that spear leave the other side of frame. So did they splice like a comp shot
Let's frame by frame that one. That one's like a little bit tricky.
Did they do a CG? Sorry. Excuse me.
How
Excuse me.
dare you?
How dare I?
This is 1
No.
million BC.
Did they use
dude.
a
They just-
stop
CG
motion?
means clay graphics.
Yeah, it's clay guided. Yeah, keep going. Let's see if it keeps going.
Click. See, that's it.
Yeah, you
takes
can see
the
a little bit of the
clay.
motion blur. Yeah.
You just see that.
That's so clever. That is brilliant.
After the fact, I know, a little late on the applause.
So I kind of want to see now. I want to see that hut shot with this.
Men to the hut.
Take cover!
Take cover in the hut.
So oh, cool. So those leaves are clay from the start.
They were, yeah. Wow.
Wow, there is no takeover. It's just literally clay from the start. Oh, and then it's obscuring whatever they were using to pull it.
And then he times his
Dude,
T-Rex
they got
to
me.
pull.
They legit got me on that one.
There's a lot of tricks in this that are like totally holding up.
Whoa!
Whoa! That was a CG arm. Sorry.
CG
Claymation graphics.
guided arm.
Guided arm.
It is a clay arm.
It's a clay
Oh
arm.
my
It's
goodness.
full, the full shoulder is clay.
So the stick and the arms are all stop motion.
Dude, like clay muscles.
Against real video. And thus, we conclude this episode of Visual Effects Arts React.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on React. Wait, and cue music.
Music.